Hey everyone, welcome to Volume 2 of Taxidermy Tales. Thank you everybody who tuned in earlier this week for our first Taxidermy Tales on this whitetail right here. Nick, thank you for the great idea for this series as well. Today we're going to switch gears from the archery whitetail and jump over to this rifle muley right here. Now, this mule deer I shot my sophomore year of college. It would have been 2008, and it was kind of a cool story. So I literally had one day to hunt, one morning, and because I had to get back for basketball practice in Mitchell at Dakota Wesleyan. So me and Amy ran back to the Murdo area, and I actually shot this deer on the same property as that whitetail, and as the crow flies, about like 500 or 600 yards away actually. So it was, I can't remember, I don't think it was opening morning. I actually think it was the second weekend of rifle. And we drove out before light, kind of got to our spot and hiked in to where I knew from the previous year that all these deer were coming across to kind of feed. And so we hiked out about a half mile, and it was a cold morning, a lot of frost on the ground, but no wind, so didn't feel that bad. And a ton of frost on the ground, a little bit of that overhang in the sky. You know, you get that sun coming up a little bit, and that frost really shimmers. And so kind of just a cool morning like that. And we spotted this guy right away at legal time. And we watched him. There was a lot of deer out that morning, a ton of whitetails and mule deer. But we knew there was a couple really big mule deer in the area. And so I actually passed this guy, and I'll give you a quick little close up here. He's kind of cool. So got this awesome like triple brow on this side, double brow on that side, really good forks on both sides, just super symmetrical buck. But I actually saw him right away, and I passed him up, and we looked over some other deer for like the next 30 minutes. I hiked around this little canyon, and sure enough, about an hour later, this guy comes working by again, following a doe, and I'm like, and he kind of turned, and I saw all the brows, and I was like, what am I doing? I only have this morning to hunt. And so I had a little sense knocked into me, and I got set up, and he was just kind of like over top of this, working his way down into this canyon, and I could see basically his, you know, the stomach on up basically, and so I had to get up, shoot freehand shot. I couldn't get down prone, otherwise I couldn't see him. And at that point I was kind of starting to panic a little bit, because I wanted to get a shot on this guy, and I realized I didn't have much time. And I pulled kind of a typical Air Jordan and shot right over his back. Luckily he just like lifted his head up, looked around, and I jacked another one in. I was using my dad's 300 Win Mag, and jacked another one in and just calmed down, put it right on his shoulder, and just dropped him. So I was pretty stoked. Me and Amy went up there. We were actually engaged at the time, and went up there and saw what I had, and actually was really stoked. He was a better buck than I thought, and got him mounted. So actually this guy is one of two mounts down in my basement that I have intentions of having redone. I took to a taxidermist I normally don't take to, and I'm not real pleased with the mount. He just didn't turn out like I wanted. He's not terrible, but the eyes are kind of not the way I prefer my mounts. The cape doesn't quite fit how he had it done. So gonna have this one redone here in the next year or so, but nonetheless, a great mule deer, beautiful deer, and I'm really stoked to have him on the muley wall. So one of several mule deers we have on the muley wall here, and we got another one added to it here this year, or this coming year we'll have another one added to it to kind of cap off the muley wall. But that is the story, you guys, of my 2008 mule deer. This was probably the best mule deer I had shot at the time, so I was pretty stoked. I have never put a tape on him to know what he scores. I kind of want to do that now, but pretty stoked. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode, Volume 2 of Taxidermy Tales. No video of this guy like I had of my whitetail to show you guys to kind of clip in. No video on this one, but we'll get you on the next one. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. Hope you enjoyed, and hope this helps you reminisce a little bit about some of your taxidermy looking up on the wall, and helps you think about some of those stories and memories that you have. Thanks for jumping on. Catch you next time.